Hey guys, okay, so I've shown you the last videos. Obviously they're not very long videos, but that's because I wanted to try and keep them as direct as possible, as you know, time is very precious to all of us, and I wanted to show you also just how simple FBA is. When you actually break it down to the bare bones, FBA is very, very simple. So what I'm going to show you now is how to book a collection. So if you're watching this video, I've already assumed that you have your products that you want to send in, that you've scanned them or typed them into your FBA inventory and added them to the shipping list, which I showed you in video 2. I've showed you how to prep them in the last video. How this is at least how I prep them. I used obviously the pallet cling film, and I make everything nice and neat, and then put a bit of tape around. And I showed you the printing of the labels and the covering of the barcode. All that stuff has been covered. So now, obviously, although I couldn't show you directly in the last video, or at least in the video where I showed you the Amazon booking in and shipping, I obviously couldn't show you me printing out the delivery labels because I was only showing it to test. I wasn't actually sending in a real shipment, and you can only get to that part once you click approve, so they give you the payment options. But basically, I explained about how the next stage would have been to weigh your package, to sort out the dimensions, type it all into Amazon, and then they calculate the cost that you would have to pay based on the size and the weight of the box. So let's say, for example, it will come up. Let's say you've got a 17 kilogram box, and it would say, right, okay, this will come to £10. You can decide that no, I want to use a different carrier, but I would really urge you to use UPS, because for me they have been quick, they've been pretty efficient. They've been a little bit late on the collection, but not by hours and hours. I mean, half an hour was the most. And you can get to use Amazon's discount rate, because a 17 kilogram box, as we all know, would usually cost a lot more than a tenner to send in. You know, even Hermes charge like £9 something for a bloody 6 or 7 kilograms. So, so that being said, excuse me. So that being said, you put in your dimensions, you calculate the cost, you click accept costs, and what Amazon do is they give you a label, and you get one half of that label is like a standard UPS delivery label that you'll see from places like Hermes or Royal Mail. It's just the usual barcode type addressed one that goes on the front. And there's a second half of the label that says FBA, and that's for Amazon to scan in themselves so they can book it in to their system. You need both of these labels on that package. Now for me, both of the labels print out on one A4 sheet of paper. It's classed as one label. When you put that label on the box, it's very, very important to make sure that you don't cover the seam of the box. Okay, so when you fold over the flaps and you put the tape down the middle, don't stick the label across that, because Amazon have to cut it open, and if they accidentally cut through the FBA label, they won't be able to scan it in, which doesn't mean that it's impossible for your stuff to then get booked in, but it makes it a lot harder for them. It also means that your stuff is going to take longer, because they need to manually sort out the FBA stuff rather than just one scan and it's in the system. So depending on how sort of big box you're sending in, for me, the width of the flap that I'm putting over is A4. So excuse me. So I can just put that one label right on, and it doesn't cover any seam or flap, or it doesn't flat, you know, sort of curl over the edge of the box or anything like that. It's nice and flat. But depending on the size of the box you're sending in, what you can do is you can just cut down the middle of those labels, because they're two separate labels. Put one half on one side of the box, one half on the other side of the flap, you know, so when they open, the labels are on each side, so it's not interfering. But that being said, so I assume that you've got to that point, you've got your label, your postage label. If your box is over 15 kilogram, then it will ask you to print out a second batch of labels which just say caution heavy box or heavy package, or I can't remember. I can already sense Sam's naughty sense sort of giggling somewhere, but yeah. So if you do have a heavy package, you can just warn people about it with little labels, which you have to do So, and yeah, so that's about it really. So you've got the box, it's sealed up, you've got your labels on. Now you're thinking, well, now what? Now I've got this stuff sitting here. Amazon know about it, I know about it, but what happens now? Now you've got two options. You can take it to a UPS drop-off point, which obviously depending on where you are, you'll have to check where the closest one to you is. I'm going to type in UPS drop-off. Oh, hang on, it's kind of come up tracking. Okay, UPS drop-off UK. I think they're called access points. So now I actually have a postcode already, which is, I'm not going to put in mine, but it's basically a postcode of a McDonald's. I'm going to use purely for testing purposes. And right, as you can see, if I zoom in, that's where the McDonald's is, and it's saying that that's obviously one of the drop-off points, or access points, sorry, is what they call it. But you just go here, you type in your own postcode, and it will tell you if there's one local. Usually the access points, they're not like big warehouses or anything. They're usually like newsagents and retailers. Like this one here, for example, is actually a Spar. Park Stores, that's Londis, that one. Bargain Booze has an access point. So you can see that they're, there you go, there's a newsagent as well there. So you can see that lots of places are access points or access hubs for pickups. Much like Hermes, my local Hermes parcel shop is a newsagent. And I take all my parcels in there, and Hermes go and pick them up from there. So so don't be worried if you do live local to one and you drive. By all means, take it around there. It'll be a lot easier, and you ain't got to worry about waiting in. But if you're like me, although I have one very close to me, the boxes are so heavy and I don't drive. So what I do is I'm going to go back to Google here, and I'm going to go welcome to UPS. Okay, so ups.com/GB, because obviously we're in Great Britain. If you're not in Great Britain, obviously go to your local UPS kind of version. Go up to shipping, go down to schedule a collection. You don't need an account for this. I do have an account. I'm not logged in at the moment. I do have an account, but you don't need an account for this at all. You get a few options. Shipping label questions. Do you have a pre-printed label? Yes, you do, and that shows you an example there, because that's what we got from Amazon. Okay, and that's what we printed out. So yes, we do. Next, you type in your address. So I'm just going to put in one road, one pickup, just purely as an example. One city. I'm going to put in that McDonald's postcode, because otherwise it doesn't really access. Oh no, let's just do city name road. Okay, well, obviously because I've made up an address, that's what's come out of that. But you put in your address, okay? Put in your telephone number as well. And we'll choose, let's just say there, that's fine. Right, okay, so let's scroll down. Now this one asks you how many boxes you've got to pick up and the total weight. So let's say you've got a box that's 20 kilograms, you type in 20. If you've got two boxes that are 10 kilograms each, you'd still type in 20. Okay, so it's the total weight of all of the boxes you've got, whether it's 1 or whether it's 30, which is, I believe, their limit. Yeah, 30. Okay. You select what service Amazon are using. It says UPS standard on the label that you print out from Amazon. So I'm just going to choose UPS standard. Does your collection contain items that weigh more than 32 kilograms? No. Obviously, if it does, you have to tell them that. The closest I've been is like 31.5 kilograms. So I still ticked no. It may have been right on the edge, but I still ticked no. And then obviously your collection day. So it tells you I think the next 5 days from where you are now. It's Saturday now, so it's saying obviously they don't pick up today because it's too late to book it in. And they don't pick up Sundays, of course. So you get to choose, for me, Monday to Wednesday. So let's say Monday. And I'm going to choose between, say, 9 and say 5. Okay, you can choose anytime you want. You can go, I want between 9 and 9:30 if you want. You know, there's nothing stopping you. Actually, there is something stopping you. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe you have to choose at least PM. Okay, so you could do technically between 9 and say 1 PM. But I choose 5 because I like to give them a higher window to try and meet their service requirements, really. Preferred location, front door. Collection reference, that's purely for you. So, for example, I could do FBA box 3, as it would be for me. Next would be your notifications. I would suggest putting in at least your email there and your email at the bottom, and they'll email you when it's been scanned in and delivered at least. I'm just gonna, let's just type in a nothing email just to show you. Actually, I don't want to click next because I think that will actually booking the collection. You click next and it asks you to just confirm that all the details are right, and then you do book collection, and that's it. Then they'll turn up between 9 and 5, and there you go. So obviously I don't want to click next because I don't want some poor guy going out to a random McDonald's looking for looking for a 20 kilogram box. But that's how you do it. It's that simple. If you do have a local access point, obviously take it around there, because that way it's out of your hair, if you had any, very early. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I think that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to kind of show you, because that's the whole process. That's what I do. That's what I've done with 3 boxes so far. It was 2 shipments because 2 boxes was part of 1 shipment. But yeah, so that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will maybe make a video maybe next week or something, just running through all the questions. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope it's been useful. If I urge you to go and search for Michael Pierce FBA. He has like an hour-long video showing his process as well, and he has like barcode scanners and other systems in place if you want to be more what's the word, organized. That's the one, organized. I'm not very organized, but I like to just get things done very quickly, basically, and just get them out the door. And I know there's a lot of other people like that. So yeah, that's it. I hope it's been useful for you. Like I said, any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And I'm going to say again, this has mainly been for a user that I was talking to yesterday called Eddie Monsoon, who basically wanted to get into FBA, and I thought, you know what, the idea of making FBA videos has been on my mind a little bit recently, so why not make one? And yeah, so thank you for watching, and good luck with all your FBA. I know a lot of you will be starting in the new year, so yeah, good luck for that. It's certainly been pretty good for me. I've not checked my FBA sales today. I will check just very quickly. I think I've only got like one. Well, I think I had 1 sale actually. I think I may have checked this morning. But I had like 7 yesterday, which was pretty cool. Yeah, just the 1 sale. You can't really see because my phone's charging, but yeah, just the 1 sale today. But it is only 1 o'clock. So yeah, thank you for watching, and good luck with your FBA. It's really good, and certainly changed how I do my business. So for those of you that, just a quick add-on as well, for those of you that prefer the eBay stuff and don't really want to go down the FBA route, I'm still doing FBA. Sorry, I'm still doing eBay. I'm not all FBA. I've still got a bunch of stuff that I bought today, which I might actually show you in a minute in a new video, just to show you the kind of stuff that I've been picking up for eBay. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to definitely stop now. Good luck. Merry Christmas if I don't speak to any of you before then. And yeah, onwards and upwards. Cheers.